Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to the Oasis Healing Temple. This message will find you when you need it. We have 3 pile choices for you all to choose from today to reveal your divine messages. For pile number 1, we have the Earth Mother card, the Sacred Earth Mother, and that is with green calcite. For pile number 2, we have the Purification by Fire card, and that is with the red calcite. And for pile number 3, we have the Healing card, and that one is with the honey calcite. Okay, so pause the video if you need more time to meditate on which message is meant for you. The timestamps will be located in the description box below, and I'll see you all at your readings. Welcome to your reading pile number 1. So you all were drawn to this card, and these are your messages meant to find you when you need to hear them the most. And you were drawn to the Sacred Earth Mother, and we have a message of love coming through for you. So a message from the heart. And I just love the green calcite. It's such a beautiful, soothing, healing, and nurturing crystal. And most of these are very waxy when you get them, which is another reason why I love them so much. They're so comforting. All right, let's put the crystal over here by the candle, and let me get you some cards to reveal the message that you are meant to hear at this moment. So this card wants to come through. Pile number 1. What messages do they need to hear at the time of this reading? Today has been a really nice day outside, you guys. We are in the middle of summer, and it has been so hot this year. It has been unbearable, especially to be back here in the studio. So I'm so grateful for today. I'm not sweating. I can actually wear my hair down. All right, pile number 1. Let's get some tarot for you. What messages want to come through? I saw this one. What messages do they need to hear at the time of this reading? Let's start with those. Take it. Let's get angel cards. A few messages from the angels. Alright, so let's see what your messages are. Okay, we have the High Priest, intend and create. Yeah, I feel like you are reaching to something. You are reaching out perhaps to, and we have reaching to the heart. So there's this ascension steps that need to be taken to reach your heart's desire, whatever it is that you're trying to create. A focus here. You're being asked to focus on whatever it is that you're wanting to create that comes from your heart space here. Card number 6. Love, balance, comfort, family, harmony, a nurturing environment, stability in your home life here. Intend and create. Let's see what else we have. The she-wolf, unleash the wild within. Follow your intuition. I feel like there's some feminine energy that's starting to awaken within. Yeah, tap into your creative ability. Use the masculine energy to hold the focus, your dream, your vision, and create. Use the divine feminine to create from your heart space. Use your voice. I feel like there's this this intention, I'll work with affirmations to create whatever it is that you want, if there's something like maybe you're wanting more love in your life, you know, you can say affirmations like, I am lovable, I am worthy and deserving of love, I am attracting my divine soulmate, things of that, you know, I am filling my cup with love. You know, make sure that you do love yourself and you do see yourself as worthy, and that you believe and know your worth, and believe that you are desirable and that you are lovable, all those kinds of things. It's not only just saying it, but it's also believing it in your heart space that this is your truth. Because if it's not your truth and you don't truly believe it and there's doubt, it won't manifest. You're going to manifest from a place of doubt, and it will not align you to the path that you're trying to intend and create from yourself. So it's seeing the truth of the situation. There may be something that you're not quite seeing, or you're being guided to, because we have this hawk with the moon. So there's something about using your intuition to navigate the way forward and tuning into your intuition to guide you, becoming more independent, not needing anything outside of you to tell you what's right or how to navigate the path ahead. You know, it's something that comes from this deep soul connection with yourself and with Source Creator here. Let's see what else we have. Love that you are different. Okay, so yeah, this is loving every bit of you, all that you are, being comfortable in your own skin, loving everything that makes you unique and different, because there's purpose and meaning for you to be unique and different. You come with certain light codes, certain ways of feeling. Your heart is different. It beats differently than, you know, maybe people in the past or other people who have been in your life before now, which may have made you feel like you were different or that you didn't belong. And that's only because maybe to them you are unique because you don't function the way that they do. Think of, like, you know, we have the wolf here. So like, you're born into a family, and like your particular wolf pack, you are the albino wolf, right? Everybody else has got this like silver coating, and you're the one who's like white, and you kind of stand out like a sore thumb, right? You're there to bring the change, to change something in the genetics, something in their code, because this is like, say, a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy. You're there to disrupt the program. You're there to bring something new, and you're not meant to fit in. Your light shines differently. You come from a different place, and you're meant to bring in something new to that family, to that wolf pack, you know? And so it's following your heart and listening to your heart, being comfortable in your own skin, being able to stand out in the pack and not feel ashamed or feel like you aren't worthy and just as lovable and just as beautiful just because your coat's a different color. You know, there are more people out there like you than you know. And a lot of us have, you know, also gone through those same experiences where we felt like we weren't, you know, because we were different, we weren't safe to shine or be seen or be heard. And so we had to hide our light and protect our light. And now it's the time for you to unleash your inner beauty, to release that feeling of being trapped or, you know, being silent or not being good enough because you're different. It's time for you to let that all go and to stand in your truth and to shine your light and to rise above all of that suppression, all of those, because this can also be something from like past incarnations even. You know, think about all of the medicine healers in the woods who would work with the herbs and the plants, you know, what they would call a witch, or medicine woman, medicine man, the people who would isolate themselves away from the villagers because they saw things differently. They connected to Mother Earth, they connected to Source Creator, and they didn't fit in with the village people. So they would isolate themselves to protect themselves, yet the villagers would still come to them and seek them for their wisdom, for their medicine and everything. And they would come at nighttime so that nobody would know that they were seeking help outside of the village and the norm. They would go to them because they knew they were different and that they wouldn't judge them. And of course, back in the day, those were the ones that they would blame for everything anytime something went down, and they would end up burning their houses or hanging them or killing them or whatever, and so that could also be a passed down program, something in the DNA where this has been an incarnation that's repeating itself, where we still feel like we're not safe and that we have to hide ourselves. And now it's time for you to shine your light, to own your unique self, to be comfortable in your skin and not to worry about anybody else's judgments or perceptions. To see yourself, to see the truth of yourself. Don't fear the unknown. That's where following your intuition and being guided comes in, because we have to trust and we have to surrender to an unknown path, and that's having complete faith that we are being guided, that Source Creator is aligning things to come onto our path for a specific purpose and meaning, and that anything that has happened in your life has served a purpose and does have deeper meaning. And sometimes we can't see what it means, what's going to come about it in the moment that we're experiencing it. Sometimes it's later on down the line. It could be weeks, it could be months, sometimes it's years, where we finally can understand, why this had to happen was so that I could do this and go through this and learn this. And then now looking back, I'm so grateful that it happened. And more often than not, that is the case. There are some things that we can look at that still take time for us to overcome and may still hold, grief in our hearts, but eventually we will get there and have that understanding. And sometimes we don't get that understanding until we transition, and then sometimes we end up having to incarnate again in order to understand that lesson. And from what I have heard in the spiritual community, that's no longer going to be a force thing to incarnate, but most times we incarnate again, because as a soul, if we leave here and we feel like we have done something unjust to another person, as a soul we want to correct those injustices. We want a clean slate, so we come to try to rectify where we may have caused harm on someone else, so that we no longer have a karmic relationship with that individual. So we incarnate here to try to rectify it, but in the incarnation process, we lose all memory of why we incarnated, and then we have certain, relationships with certain individuals that we don't understand, the dynamics, and why sometimes we can be in a relationship with somebody who, no matter what you do, it feels like you can never be good enough to them, or you can never get them to see your truth, no matter how good you are, no matter how forgiving you are, even though, let's say they are constantly, in a negative attitude all the time, or always, judgy, and we're trying to help them grow and help them see things from different perspectives. Sometimes there's no forward movement, there's no growth with this individual, and it feels personal, even though sometimes it's not. We just end up inflicting that onto ourselves because we feel like, well, there's something wrong with me, and it's really not the case. It's just they're in an incarnation where this isn't their growth cycle at the moment, whereas it's you're going through a growth cycle because you're learning not to put all your eggs in one basket, and to try to force change on somebody who doesn't want to change, and not to love somebody out of their potential, but to see the truth of who an individual is. And you can still love them, but it's setting healthy boundaries for yourself so that they don't hurt your heart. So, but yeah, there is this, sometimes we can have those fears resurface for us from a past incarnation and not sure where they come from, but it could be something that has happened to you through several incarnations where you're afraid to shine your light, you're afraid to be different, you're afraid to step out of the crowd mindset and be, a leader of the pack, so to say, because of the fear of being shamed or condemned or, ostracized because you're unique and because maybe you're beautiful. And in the past, that was something that they would use against you. And so there can be a little bit of fear that comes from, owning your light, owning your unique beauty, owning your truth, the truth of who you are. And right now, Mother Earth, Sacred Earth Mother, is telling you to love yourself. Love that you are different. Love that you're not like everyone else. Love that you have a unique beauty, a unique voice, a unique soul song, things that make you different. You're not like everyone else. And eventually in time, you will see that it's a good thing and it's not something to be ashamed of. Let's check your tarot. We have the Page of Fire, creative, enthusiastic, and motivated. Okay, so I feel like this is some project that you're going to be working on. And we have the Queen of Earth, gracious, practical, and capable. That's right. All right, so whatever this project is, let's take this one to the Knight of Water. Romantic, emotional, and dramatic. And this could be, your project could be yourself, loving yourself, learning to love yourself, trust yourself. We have this beautiful Page of Fire who wants to motivate you and inspire you to love yourself, to see your unique beauty. I mean, look at this Queen of Earth. She's standing there with her hand on her hip. She knows her worth. She knows her value. She knows that she's beautiful. She knows how to be empathetic to others. And I feel like this is who you are. You have compassion and understanding. You enjoy helping other people, which is why you have this big, beautiful heart, and you don't mind sharing and giving to others, even though in the past it was something that made you feel, others made you feel like you weren't good enough and weren't worthy. And we have this beautiful, this Knight of Water, and this is like, your knight in shining armor here, coming with the message of love, of growth, of healing, of abundance, and being comfortable in your own skin. I feel like is what your message here is, being to love yourself, to love your beauty, to love your light, to love your soul song, to see yourself from a different perspective, to see yourself from your heart, to see your unique beauty as not something that needs to be hidden. It needs to be embraced. It needs to be shown and revealed so that you can kind of like set a path, set the stage for others who are like you to be comfortable being themselves, to be comfortable being unique and different. It's time for you to expand your heart, open your heart, and share your truth, shine your light. We have the Earth Elemental. I gratefully accept the abundance the earth bestows upon me. Yeah, I feel like this is you being comfortable in your body, in your own skin, and your unique beauty. Let's see what else. We have movement meditation. I celebrate and honor my physical body through dance and movement. I love it. Confirmation. Loving your unique body, all your curves, all your beautiful mountains and hills that you have. That's what makes a woman beautiful. If we were all like these little, same cookie cutter print out Barbie dolls, it would be boring. Think of, Mother Nature. Would you change her hills? Would you change the mountains and make them all flat and level? Like, no, it's beautiful when we see the different landscapes, her body, her earth. She's always growing and expanding. She's curvaceous. That's what makes the divine feminine beautiful. It is the curves, and not to be ashamed or try to hide them or, make it shame your body for the way that it is, because we're all unique. And I believe that we weren't all made to be the same. We were meant to experience life. This is God creating many, many images of itself so that it could experience all types of, creation, seeing itself in all different, forms, making all these different choices, making mistakes and learning from them, and having the choice to choose and to grow and to learn and to expand. And so if we all see ourselves through the eyes of God and seeing that we are all God, just a different spark, a different flame, we're all meant to be on these different journeys. And so it's being able to see each other's light and see each other's beauty, and be able to look at one another and be like, tell me about your experience. What has your journey been like for you? What mountains have you had to overcome? And being able to share in one another's, experiences, the good, the bad, and the beautiful. We learn so much from each other. Don't hide yourself away. That's what makes you beautiful, And so I feel like you're being asked to celebrate your body, to celebrate change, to enjoy life more. We have card number 25, card number 7. So we have a 77 here. There's a spiritual awakening that's going to be taking place. There's a higher calling for you, and you're being asked to trust in your intuition. There's going to be some abundance that's going to come in for you, pile number 1, because we have this beautiful abundant garden here. We have the Queen of Earth. She's very successful. She knows how to create. She knows how to build healthy foundations for herself, to create stability, a solid foundation that feels supported. And I feel like this is you healing that root chakra, feeling comfortable in your own body, healing the sacral chakra as well, and the heart chakra coming out twice with the earth element here. And you have card number 32, which is about change, and 6. So we have 2 6s. We also have a 66, finding balance in all aspects of life, especially at home and within your own being. Focus on nurturing yourself. And we have this 32 with the 5. This is forward movement, change, adventure, freedom, a desire for new experiences. This is forward movement and transformation. So there's going to be this beautiful healing that comes in for you too. Healing of the heart, loving yourself, loving everything that makes you you, pile number 1. All right, your angels are Raziel. And he says, the inner workings, there are hidden truths below the surface. Dig deeper. So you're being asked to go within, perhaps spend some time in quiet reflection, meditate, connect with Mother Earth, get in there and reveal your truths, get to know yourself, get to know, why, who made you feel like you as you are isn't good enough or not worthy, or you being unique, you being different was something to be ashamed of, and go in and heal those places, comfort yourself, love yourself, give yourself that validation and that approval, because you don't need anybody else's approval, and become self-dependent on yourself and relying on yourself to give yourself that confidence boost, that self-love, filling your own cup with love, that validation, self-care, all those things. It's filling your own cup with your love, your affection. Loving your body, saying those positive affirmations. I am beautiful. I love my beautiful body, my divine, vessel, all those things. And the more that you can love yourself, your true self starts to shine through. You'll start to see sometimes when we are unhappy with our life, we try to find the sweetness of life again, and sometimes we turn to the things that comfort us. And a lot of times it can be food, because food, it does, when we were younger, I don't know, my parents used to do that with us. If something we were going to go get shot, we would get rewarded with like a lollipop, things like that. When we were going through hardships, food was something that would comfort us, right? And so sometimes we do that. We tend to reach for foods, and sometimes we can overindulge in things that aren't good for us, and that can be in so many different things, right? Sometimes people indulge in their phones, or in games, or in foods, or in alcohol. We all have different vices that we kind of check out into. And when you start doing the healing work and getting in there and connecting to yourself and understanding yourself and where your thoughts come from, where your fears come from, and you can understand them, validate them, nurture them, connect to yourself more, love yourself more, start reaffirming these beautiful affirmations to yourself, you start to feel more loved. You start to feel accepted, because it's you who needed your own love all along, and you didn't need it from an outside source. It needed to come from you. You start to, the weight will start to drop. You'll start to see yourself from a different place, and look at yourself in the mirror, pile number one, and just say, I love you, you know what I mean? And say it over and over and over again, and tell me if your heart doesn't open. Tell me if you don't start to get emotional hearing yourself say that to yourself, because it is something that I feel like we don't do enough, and so it will open, and then it will expand your heart, and you will start to heal and see yourself from a different pair of eyes. We have Orion, manifestation vortex. Focus your energy with unwavering faith to manifest the outcome you require. Okay, so when you get in there and clear out any disbeliefs, any fears that you have, you're being asked to focus, because we have this intend and create. Focus on your manifestation, because you will be removing all of this doubt, so that this beautiful blessing, this creative, there's some kind of project that you have in mind, but there may be some doubts, some fears that you have about this coming to fruition. So whatever it is, it's moving forward. There's just some things that may be holding you back, that may come from a place of fear, of being seen, of putting yourself out there. And I feel like it's about the way that your parents, or something that makes you unique. It's time for you to let go, to shine your light, step onto this path of abundance. Because there's this beautiful, beautiful forward movement, beautiful manifestation that needs your attention. It needs your focus, and you need to come from a place where there's no doubt, where there's nothing but conviction of, I am worthy, I am deserving, I'm going to get this, I'm going to make it happen, I'm not going to let anybody stop me, I don't care what anybody says. All these old memories that I have, all these old doubts that were seated in my heart and in my mind so long ago, I don't need their validation, I don't need their approval, this is what I'm meant to do, it comes from my heart, it makes me so happy, it lights me up, it makes me want to dance and celebrate, it gets me up in the morning. This is what you're meant to be doing, so don't let nothing stop you or hold you back, pile number one. I'm going to get you one final angel card here. Let me see. Just want to make sure that these were going to have the messages we're looking for. All right, so we have, you know what to do, Archangel Uriel. Trust your inner knowledge and act upon it without delay. All right, pile number one. Follow your heart, follow your dreams, whatever this idea is that you're envisioning. It's time for you to go for it. Act now. Shoot for the stars, pile number one, because you deserve it. Shine your light. Don't let fear hold you back. Stand in your truth. Stand in your unique beauty. Light the way for others. You will be inspiring others with your light on your journey. Okay? Keep following your heart, pile number one. These are your messages. If this reading resonated with you, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Just let me know pile number 1 was your reading. Please like and subscribe. I'm sending y'all so much love. Y'all take care. Have a blessed day. Hi, pile number 2. So these are your messages meant to find you when you need them the most. And you were drawn to the Purification by Fire card. Before we get in, let's get your cards together. For pile number 2, what messages do they need to hear? Okay, your cards are just jumping out. Let's get some tarot first. Okay. Pile number 2. So this one and this one. Okay. And let's do, I've got a couple of good cards wanting to come out for you. And last ones, let's get a few angels. 1, 2. Alright, pile number 1. So your card says Bare Essentials, the Naked Truth and Wholeness. So I feel like some of you have been going through a process of transformation, clearing out some old. Sometimes it can feel a bit heavy because there's a lot of things from the past coming up to the surface to be healed, to be cleansed and purified. And it can be something where, you know, it's not easy. It can be stir up a lot of old emotions from the past for you to heal, for you to cleanse. And you have card number 14. Which is a number 5. So this is about freedom, transformation, change, new experiences, and moving forward. So I feel like there has been some type of illumination that has come in for you, something that you can now see the truth of. Something is being revealed. A light has been shown into the darkness to reveal the truth about something for you. Let's see, we have Lady, enjoy growth and reap rewards. Nice. So there is this growth that's going to take place from this transformation. So think of like the, you know, the forest fires that take place, you know, and it's this devastation where everything is just being burned to the ground. And when it's finished, you see nothing but ash and these burnt trees, and you know, there's not a lot of life around. You know, it just seems like everything has been destroyed. And sometimes, though, that ash that's left on the ground is such a great fertilizer to germinate the seeds that are hidden within the soil. And so eventually when that spring comes in, when the rains come in and it cleanses and it purifies the ground, then these seeds that were buried underneath the soil, all that ash has now become the fertilizer for those seeds to grow, to reach maturation. And that's what is happening and taking place for you. From this ending is going to be this new beginning, and you're going to have so much growth. There's so much potential. There's so much abundance of life, of happiness. So many rewards that are going to come from doing this shadow work, from going through the transformation here. We have guardian angel. You are not alone. Your guardian angels are with you. They're supporting you through this process of healing. We have shapeshifter, transforms and unveils your gifts. Exactly through this change, through this growth, you're going to transform. You're going to become somebody new. You're going to see things from a different perspective. You're going to be able to see, you know, how the past has created the beautiful person that you are today. you're going to receive so much insight. You're also going to be able to know more about yourself, to know your gifts, if you are, what you're meant to do from this experience. Because sometimes, like, we have no clue why we go through things, and why did I have to go through that? And that's because there's hidden blessings in those experiences. And it's like when the way I see it is, anytime we're going through some of these growth cycles, and we kind of go through like a life review, like, okay, it's time for us to change classes. Earth is a school, and we've signed up for certain classes, and then it comes time to take the exam, right? And then through the exam, you go through everything that you have been taught through that entire class, like for the whole year. And so there's kind of like this like review of everything that you've been taught, everything that you've been through. And then you kind of like see the experience from an expanded viewpoint, from a higher level, from a different perspective. Become more observant, of everything that you've been through the whole year, everything that you've learned. And sometimes when you're going through that review, there's like information that gets revealed, or you see things from a different lens. Things start to open up and reveal themselves and show themselves to you from a different angle, and you're able to perceive it from a new perspective. Like a new version of yourself then gets like revealed. And sometimes you can also be tested through an experience when you're wanting to level up. Say you're wanting to go to another class, and you're wanting to graduate this particular class that you have been in for a certain amount of cycles, and you're like, all right, I'm ready. I've learned all I can from this experience. I'm ready to move on. And then that's when the test comes in. Then we get met with something that is similar to the experience that we've been going through. And then we're met with that same challenge, and then we get to make a choice. We can either choose to keep responding the same way that we've been responding, or we then apply the lessons that we've learned from this experience, and we make a different choice. And then the more we can keep making that different choice, that's when we elevate and we move out of that class, because we have, we passed the test, so to say. So we didn't meet the test with the same old version of ourselves. We come at the test with this new pair of eyes, because we're healed. We understand the lesson. We're not coming at it from a wounded perspective. We're now coming at the situation from a more healed version of ourselves. So I feel like because you're going through this transformation, you're able to see things from a different perspective, and you're able to extract more knowledge, more wisdom, more understanding, more of your power out of those circumstances, out of those, out of your shadows, out of your past. And you can grow from those experiences now. We have Nourish the Soul, card number 2911 here. Yeah, you are able to see things from a healed perspective, from a wise perspective. 29, awakened, enlightened, trusting your intuition, the higher purpose, understanding to see these situations. These could be like old patterns, old programmings, karmic patterns, that have been with you from generations in your family, or from incarnations and everything. And you brought this healing light, this loving heart into those situations, and seeing them from a different lens, which has brought the healing, which is bringing the transformation, and it's bringing this nurturing, loving energy into your lineage, into your DNA. And there's this healing that's going to come in for you, this wholeness, right? Seeing things from all angles, all sides, the grounded perspective, as well as the higher perspective, the truth of the situation, which brings the healing. This is like the salve on the wound, right? We have stay strong, 43, and number 7 here. Spiritual insight, completion, deep spiritual connection here. So I feel like, yeah, we have the full moon, the completion of a cycle, and sometimes that can stir deep emotions, you know, your emotions from within coming to the surface for the healing, to receive the nourishing elixir here, to see your truth, that you are not alone. You have angels, your guides, your ancestors. They've been guiding you, they're supporting you, they're wanting you to heal yourself because this is the work that you're doing, is the work that they weren't able to complete, you know. Each family has souls who incarnate to lift the shadows, to heal the wounds, you know, and there's a certain amount of us that come in to do the work, and some of us end up perpetuating, you know, the cycle and passing it on to future generations. And some of us come to disrupt the pattern and bring the healing, to bring the nurturing, to bring the new love, the new codes in. And you are somebody who's here to transform, to heal, to alchemize the wounds, and to bring in this nurturing, nourishing, healing, love into your family. And so your angels want you to be strong. You're not alone. You are supported on this journey of purification here. Ooh, look, you got another dragon. Respect your boundaries. Card number 33. So you have, you know, and dragons are very wise, ancient souls, ancient beings. They are guardians as well as the earth. They work with the higher realms as well as the earth realms. They cleanse and purify the ley lines, which is very symbolic. Oh my goodness, I have a hummingbird. He just came up to the window to say hello to me, and it hovered there for a few seconds. You know, and hummingbirds are, they're bringers of joy, bringers of miracles. That's lovely. So blessings to you, pile number 2. Respect your boundaries. So being able to stand up for yourself, know who is somebody who is worthy of your love, worthy of your heart, feeling confident, not needing anybody's approval, knowing that you are worthy, that you are deserving, that you are not alone, you are supported. Okay, we're in your tarot now. So we have the Page of Earth. Yeah, this is what you've been waiting for. You came to Earth to bring this healing, to heal, to help heal Mother Earth, to help heal the family that you've incarnated into. Oh, and look, you have another white feather here. So we have 2 white feathers. The angelic realm is with you as well. They're wanting you to know that they're always guiding you. They're watching over you. They're supporting you in this healing. There's a message coming in for you, so pay attention to signs and synchronicities. There's going to be a lot of shifts coming in for you, a lot of guidance and support. You have the Queen of Earth, a lot of stability. Believe in yourself. You are capable. This is what you are meant for. This is your part of your divine purpose, why you are here. Very down to earth. Yeah, I feel like you are very connected to Mother Earth, very connected to the animal kingdom. Ooh, and you have the wheel. You're here to shift the wheel, to end the cycle, to begin something new. We have a lot of change, a lot of forward movement. You're bringing in the healing. Yeah, this is your soul is calling in the healing. Your soul wants change. Your ancestors are calling for change, and you're the one who's here to initiate it. And you have a lot of guides, a lot of angels, the dragons. These are ancient old beings here who are helping support this shift, shifting this change. I mean, we have rare, bare essentials, the naked truth and wholeness, and then we have the wheel. This is a whole shift, the endings and a new beginning, the end of an old cycle, manifesting something new, becoming more independent. I mean, it's progress, luck, change. Good luck is on your side. They're supporting you. Oh, look, and you have the Ace of Fire, opportunity, creativity, and action. Yes, this is that new beginning for you, a new opportunities coming in, and you're being asked to take action. Stay strong. Set those healthy foundations for you. Set those healthy boundaries for yourself. Whatever it was, whoever crossed your boundary, whoever, and see that sometimes that's how we know, like, our emotions, they are one of our biggest gifts, because they alarm us to the energies that we sense in the environment around us, right? And so when somebody is disrespectful, it triggers anger, and anger isn't a bad emotion. It is an emotion to show us where somebody is crossing our boundaries, where somebody is not respecting our boundaries. They have no respect for the boundary, and so they think that they can just treat you, talk to you however they want to, and you're just going to tolerate it. And that's where having confidence and courage to express yourself and not tolerate somebody who's trying to, put you down, shame you, make you feel like you're less than, and disrespect you. And it's having the courage and the confidence to stand up for yourself and to say, no. If we're going to have any kind of relations, conversations or whatever, like, you can't talk to me this way. I'm not tolerating that. These are my boundaries. This is my expectations, you know what I mean? And not seeing yourself as less than in any kind of way, or, allowing anyone to try to take your power away. And so standing in your truth, being confident in yourself. You can still be empathic and compassionate, because I feel like that's who you are as a person. But you can definitely have boundaries for yourself that says, I'm going to love you from a distance. We're all growing, we're all learning, and, everybody can make mistakes, and we can allow people, to make a mistake, but it's being, cautious and watching and observant, and discerning on who's somebody who actually truly is sorry and they're growing and they're learning, versus somebody who just likes to say words and there's no action to back it up. You are a person who, I think you're being asked to watch and pay attention to people's actions and to be more discerning. Yeah, we have the Knight of Air, intellectual, determined, and motivated. Yeah, this is a lot of forward movement here. To use your mind, to use your heart, to be discerning. There's something that you're, I feel like there's something you're meant to be creating. Determined, motivated. Yeah. Let this fire, this ending, motivate you to create something new. This is your opportunity to create something from this growth, from cutting the cords of the past, from moving forward, this healing journey that you're going on. There is an opportunity for you to create something and to allow it to motivate you to share your gifts. Yeah, this is a new beginning, a new cycle for you, pile number 2. What do we have? We have the 10 of Earth. I love it. That is like the happy ending here. Prosperity, security, and tradition. Look at that. You have the same moon appearing twice. This new cycle of growth, of happiness, prosperity, that solid foundation, something that you can depend on, people that you can depend on. This is like that happy family, happy home life, everything that you want. It's like wish granted, this stability. I feel like, yeah, you are determined to create that for yourself. We have the sacral chakra. I feel comfortable in my own body and I'm sensitive to others and feelings. Exactly. You're very empathic. You're very understanding. You're a very nurturing person. And I feel like it's time for you to heal from something that may have made you feel like you weren't, And it's another card, another 10. So we have 1010, which is also, let's see, tens, potentials, new beginnings, unity, renewal, new cycles. Perhaps there may have been a little bit of insecurities, perhaps the way that you see yourself, the way that you love yourself. I feel like that's all changing. You're beginning to feel more confident. This is also tapping into our divine feminine energy here, feeling more comfortable in your skin, knowing that you are capable of creating this happy, solid foundation for yourself, creating security, feeling secure in your own skin, right? You have the moon goddess. I am in harmonious flow with the moon's energy in all phases of life. I love it. So this is tuning into your intuition, tuning into your divine feminine flow, feeling more secure, more confident, listening to your heart, following your intuition, following the cycles of the moon. That might be something that you're going to be asked to work with, as far as working with the cycles of the moon to help you go through this cycle of change and transformation, releasing the past and manifesting something new. Working with the moon cycle is such a great tool to help us cleanse, purify, heal, and grow, and also manifest our intentions and our dreams. So there's definitely a connection to the feminine energies here and connecting to the energies of receiving, of flow, of connection, of rest, belief, faith, trusting your intuition, paying attention to the signs, following your heart. Let's see. Ooh. Your two angels are Faith with moving mountains. She says, trust in your ability to create miracles. The impossible is becoming possible. I love that we have her coming through here. Trust in yourself. Have faith that you can manifest this prosperity, this happy ending, this family, this security, this foundation, this good luck, this change, the forward movement. Everything's going to be moving forward from this day forward, from the time that you are tuning into this reading. There's progress, there's change, there's transformation, there's a lot of healing, there's a lot of nurturing coming in. You are not alone. You are supported by your guides, by these dragons, by the ancient beings who are here helping you facilitate this healing here on the planet, as well as within your own being. And so these new opportunities are going to come in because of your hard work and your determination. And so it's going to set this beautiful foundation for this happy life. And we have Metatron, heaven to earth. Your current situation is in alignment with your mission on earth. Ooh, confirmation. This is part of your soul calling and your purpose of why you incarnated here, was to bring this healing, to bring this shift, to bring this nurturing energy and change into this life that you've incarnated into this family lineage, onto the planet Earth. Yes. Good job. Pile number 2. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you to have this 10 of Earth come through. That is like the happy ending card. And you are in an alignment with your soul mission. Have faith that this happy ending is coming in for you and that you deserve it. We have chakra clearing. Archangel Metatron, he came through twice. Call upon me to clear and open your chakras using sacred geometric shapes. So Metatron's definitely wanting to work with you. These are the two angels that are working with you at the moment as your guardian angels. He's wanting to help you clear and cleanse any chakra clearing that needs to take place. And since we have the sacral coming through, this is about your feminine flow, being open, being receptive, knowing your worth, your ability to create from that space of divine femininity and beauty and love and having faith, trusting your heart, having heart and mind on the same page here so that you can manifest this happy ending, this solid foundation, this new legacy of love, light, stability, prosperity into your family, pile number 2. So congratulations. I'm so happy for you guys. All right, I'm going to close your reading now. If this reading resonated, please like and subscribe, comment below. If you don't know what to say, just let me know pile number 2 resonated with you guys. I'm sending y'all lots of love. Y'all take care and have a blessed day. Welcome to your reading, pile number 3. So this message will find you when you need to hear it the most. So thank you for tuning into the channel today. Pile number 3. So we're going to go ahead and get your cards for you before we get in. So pile number 3. What messages do they need to hear? Pile number 3. Let's get some tarot. Oh, all right, those cards. Let's get that right there. Let's get, okay. And let's choose 2 angels. This one. Ooh, we got 4 angel cards. Ooh, we got a little pile here. Let's see. All right, pile number 3. What is so wild? You have card number 33 coming through for you. And 33 is a master number, known as a master teacher number. This is a high level of spiritual understanding and having the Christ consciousness as the guiding self. So we have healing, reconnecting with your true nature is coming through for you. So your message is about healing, and I feel like this is you being open to listening to something that your heart wants to reveal to you. Oh, I think I need to cover her up. Let's use the crystal, just in case. Okay. Let's see. You have Summer with bask in joy and light. Ooh. Okay. So I love that you had the Christ consciousness come through, the master number. And we have the bee, and the bee is a totem for like light workers, because it is about the mission. It is about all working together to create balance and harmony on the planet here. So this is also a timing card, so there's some healing that's coming through for you this summer. And I love, oh my goodness, and we have the honey calcite coming through. You know, it's honey calcite in summer. So the honey is the, you know, the end result of all of the work and labor that the bee puts in. You know, this is the harvest here. Ooh, that's so exciting. Pile number 3. So there's some harvest coming in, reconnecting with your true nature. Bask in joy and light. I feel like you are about to receive some beautiful expansion of the heart, beautiful expansion on your journey, something that's going to make your heart just light up and just feel so happy, feel so much joy, so much love, just expansion, because it is the receiving of all your hard work. Ooh. And you have the guardian angel coming through. You are not alone. Yes, confirmation. You've been working with other light workers to bring this about, this healing here, to Mother Earth, to the planet, to humanity. Let's see what else we have. Need and necessity. Card number 28, that is 10. Unity, new beginnings, new cycles, renewal, wholeness, eternal cycles even coming through, independence and leadership. And look, this is that balance being restored here. Harmony, being able to see all angles, all perspectives, seeing things from a higher place. A new cycle. We have the eagle eye, being able to have this higher vision and seeing it manifest here on the planet. Ooh, this is so exciting. I'm so excited for this reading. What else do we have? Ooh, nurture all you love. Look at that. And this is a wire dragon here. And it has like this feather coming through. Some of you may have come from pile number... Is this pile number 2? Did I just have that card? I think so. Yeah, there's something that you're meant to create. There's something new that comes from the womb of the mother here. Nurturing all you have. This is card number 30. So we have 333, and it's pile number 3. So there's so many 3s here. Ascended masters assisting. You are on the right path. You are being guided. The Trinity coming through, the Christ consciousness coming through, that stability. Trinity, mind, body, and spirit. This beautiful nurturing. What else do we have? Time to reflect. Okay, so you're being asked to take some time out to be in the receptive energy, to be in the flow, to nurture yourself, because you've been working so hard, and now it's time to be on the receiving end of all that hard work, right? It's time to nurture yourself, be open to receiving that honey coming in, the harvest coming in, and it requires you to slow down your energies, to be open to receiving, to listening, to being still, to reflect. What else do we have? Reveal your truth. Card number, I think that is a 54. No, it's 34. 7. So you got 7 coming through. Spiritual insight, intuition, seeing the truth. Yeah, the masks are coming off, right? Where everything's being revealed. So something may be being revealed to you during this time of reflection, during this time of healing. There may be things that you need to let go of, being able to discern between something that you need to do, something out of, it's letting go of things that can, sometimes it's like the busy work, you know what I mean? What is something that actually needs to be done? And sometimes it's like, sometimes our mind just wants us working, wants us doing, wants us being active. Because if we're not doing something, then we're lazy in some way, right? And those are old programs, those are old tapes. And sometimes because we have to, we all have to pay our bills and we all have responsibilities. Our children, our commitments that we make to other people in our lives. And so we all functioning and living on the 3D. But there's also sometimes when our body needs rest and we end up saying yes to commitments, and when our body's like going, but I need a break, I need some time, it's being able to honor our body, honor our cycles, and being able to allow ourselves to take time out to rest, to heal, to receive, because that's when things are revealed to us during those time frames when we pause and when we get still. And that's when our guides can communicate to us and reveal truths, and we receive insights, we receive downloads and information. And sometimes we can't You know, like when we receive downloads, it's like a major like awakening and epiphany, and sometimes it can be things that are you know, so enlightening and illuminating that it can shatter old illusions, you know, old ways of believing and seeing things. And sometimes that can be devastating to so many people. It can be like, you know, dark night of the soul situation, like everything that I believed is a lie, and it can be devastating to a lot of people when you go through that transition, that healing, and then eventually, you know, we realize that other people have been through similar situations, and they've learned how to navigate, you know, understanding those truths and still being able to have a compassionate, open heart, and still come from a place of compassion, nurturing, and understanding, and still being grounded and create, you know, still creating. Oh my goodness, we have this little baby spider on the board here. So yeah, you're still able to create, even knowing, you know, some of these harsh truths are being revealed to us. We can still have happy, healthy lives, even though this is still going on in the world around us. And so I feel like there is a revealing, there may be some insight that you have that needs you to take some time out to see the truth of something here. Let me see, we have let go of the old. Okay, so yeah, there's something that needs to be cleansed, something that needs to be healed here is what they're saying. So that this healing salve, the honey, and honey is something that heals as well, right? It's like when we get stung by insects, honey, believe it or not, can take some of the sting away. Honey can also help us heal from like the colds that come about each year. The honey bee, when they're harvesting all the pollen, if it's natural and organic honey, the natural bee, the honey that comes from these bees is the elixir for the cold season, for the, you know, any of the viruses that come around for that cold season, the cold weather. So it has the, I want to say antibodies, but you know, the healing for that particular year. You know, so each year there's a different harvest, there's different flowers. They, you know, in that particular, wherever it's at that you live, the honey that's in your neighborhood, in your, you know, county, your home town, wherever, you can get that type of you know, honey. If you can source it anywhere in your area, I definitely recommend taking it each year to prevent you from getting any of the cold, any of the flus that go around that year. Anyways, but yeah, honey is definitely good healing for the soul. So there's something that needs to let go of so that you can rise and you can shine and you can transform. And we have this beautiful peacock here, and I feel like that is what, this is that gold, you know, that's going to come from this healing. Seeing the truth of the situation, this alchemization of the past and the shadow, and shining your light and seeing the truth on the situation. Yeah, in this reflection period, some truth is going to be revealed for you, to you, that's going to bring this healing, okay? We have release, nice. This is that endings and transformation and freedom. So you're going to be setting yourself free from some illusion here, something that's not the truth of the situation. And it's going to help shift you out of an old cycle and into a new cycle. We have the 5 of air, mistakes, melodrama, and reassessments. Yeah, I feel like there's been this hardship, something that you've been going through. Maybe it's you've been looking at something from your past and you are maybe blaming yourself for choices that you've made, perhaps. And I feel like you're being asked to let go and to heal. There's not, yeah, your angels are going to be guiding you on which steps to take. There's something that, some kind of conflict, something that's not making you happy. Maybe there's some choices that you've made that you weren't really happy with. This could be in relationships with yourself, relationships with other people. And I feel like, yeah, you're being asked to just take some time and breathe. And, we're all allowed to make mistakes. You've learned from those mistakes. You know what to look for now. You see the truth. The truth has been revealed. And from those choices, you've learned a lot. So don't shame yourself or judge yourself, because these were just experiences that have taught you so many things. We were learning something. So set yourself free from the past of judging yourself from mistakes that you may have made, And we have the Emperor coming through. Organization, leadership, and structure. The Emperor. This is the, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Now you know, because you've gone through these experiences, you now know how to set healthy boundaries for yourself. You know how to plan better in the future. Okay, let's see what else. We have the Nine of Fire, protection, preparedness, and resilience. Yes, you've been working so hard. And what do I want to say? Yeah, you've been working hard to create this healing, to create a safe space for yourself. You haven't given up. You've still been fighting. This is learning from those mistakes, not letting them define you, not letting them hold yourself back. It's time for you to free yourself from the past and to move forward and to stand in your truth, to take ownership for all your choices that you may have made, understand why you made those choices, and to free yourself from any judgment. And yeah, so you can protect, this harvest, your joy, your light. We have strength, courage, yes, love it. This is about taming the ego here. And we have card number 11, awakening, enlightenment, trusting your intuition and higher purpose. Keep moving forward. Know that you are being guided. Have the courage to face your fears, to face your shadows, to own your mistake and take responsibility for, either actions or inactions, because both of them were teaching you something, right? And I can contest to that, because I've been somebody who has been on the receiving end of a narcissist, and out of like my love for them or wanting to avoid, confrontation, allowed poor behavior because I loved them, and I would give them an excuse. Well, that's just, that's who they are. When they wake up in the morning, they're a crabby person, and that's just, and they would be really, really, I want to say shitty sometimes when they'd get up in the morning and be completely disrespectful. And you can be like the most kindest person and just be like asking them little things, and then just be like, I don't want to talk to anybody this morning, blah, 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 and just be like very hurtful, very disrespectful, because for them, they easily can set boundaries, and they don't care who they hurt with their boundaries, and you better respect them. Whereas, I was somebody who was like, whoa, okay, like that was rude and disrespectful, but I didn't call them out on it, because if I did, then it would turn into a big giant argument where they would just get louder and bigger and, yell at you even more. And so, and then even when I would try to confront them and say, hey, I need to talk to you about something, man, they would just be like, well, blah, 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 they would make up an excuse. They didn't really care about your feelings. So, and sometimes it's necessary. And if there's people in your life that they don't respect your boundary and they don't really care how they make you feel, then, it's not somebody that I would suggest investing your heart into, or invest in trying to have that kind of close relationship with them, because they obviously don't care how they make you feel. So, and somebody who I want to have a relationship with cares about my feelings. They care about our relationship, and they care if it's healthy or toxic or not. So validate how you feel, set those healthy boundaries for yourself, learn from your mistakes, and I recognize where I allowed certain behavior and I tolerated things, and those were my choices, and now they're not a part of my life, and I had to own that choice as well. But we're all learning lessons, and we all have to walk our paths, and each one is unique. And allow yourself, compassion, and keep moving forward, and allow yourself to come into your heart space to heal whatever wounds that you need to heal. We have the Four of Air coming out. Take some time to pause, to reflect. This is about rest, coming out of the mind and coming more into your heart, so that you can be more open and receptive to hearing what it is your heart wants you to heal from. What is it that your heart wants you to be more observant of? What does your heart need you to nurture within you, so that you can heal and that you can release and let go of, And there's sometimes advice I can offer you is I had to forgive myself and understand, why I made certain choices, and say, I'm sorry that I allowed somebody to treat me this way, and I wish I would have stood up for myself, but I know I was learning and building up a more confidence in myself to be able to set those healthy boundaries. And now I can recognize it like way sooner than I could in the past, when somebody's being disrespectful, when somebody's being shady, you know what I mean? Now I know for sure who's an ally, who's a good guy with good intentions, and who's a manipulative person who just wants to take, and have no true, authentic, relationship with, so take the time out and connect with yourself. Pile number 3. We have the Ten of Fire. Yeah, you are tired from working. You have been pushing. You have been resilient. This is a lot of stress coming through, feeling overworked, coming out of balance. Yeah, you've just been pushing a lot, and you're being asked to take some time out to heal, to connect to your truth, to connect to your purpose. We have the Star coming out, inspiration, fulfillment, and faith. I feel like some of you have been working really, really hard to create your dreams, to manifest your dreams. And perhaps there may be something from the past that you need to let go of in order for this manifestation to come in, for this beautiful truth, your purpose, your happy life, this soul fulfillment here, soul rewards. Allow yourself to be healed. Allow yourself to be cleansed and purified from the past, from these situations, from those experiences. Allow your light to be seen. Allow your soul to feel rejuvenated. Allow this old path to transform, to let go, to fade away, understanding the choices that you've made, standing up for yourself, knowing your truth. I feel like you have been, fighting the good fight, and it's time for you to put the sword down, to rest, to receive, to nurture, to come into healing now, to come into alignment. Look at that. Embrace change. I move easily and confidently through the changes in my life. This is you stepping onto a new path here, a new cycle of transformation. This doorway is opening up for you to step through a new path, an ascended path, letting the past go so that you can rise above onto this new journey. Embracing change. We have Earth Angel. Nice. I am a guardian of Mother Earth and protect all who live on her. Card number 34. I think we had a card number 34. Yeah, we did. So you have 77. Spiritual insight, completion, deep spiritual connection, intuition. So this is more confirmation from the beginning of your reading, where I felt like you were light workers here, and this was part of the mission. You're very connected to Mother Earth. A lot of you have been on similar missions to bring in this healing to Mother Earth, and the shift is coming. The ascension is coming. The awakening is coming. More and more are awakening here on the planet, and you chose to go through these experiences to bring this healing, to help Mother Earth ascend on the path as well. Yeah, you are, you care for Mother Earth. I feel like you're a very nurturing, tender person, and that's why you chose to come here, was to help her. So we have, this is the root chakra, movement meditation. I celebrate and honor my physical body through dance and movement. So some of you are being asked to, this is also about change and moving forward from the past here. But some of you may be being asked to, to move the body a little bit. Although it's kind of contradicts a little bit where it's telling you to rest and take some time out. But some of this could be, just enjoying where you are in the moment and enjoying life and celebrating life. Honoring your physical body, feeling comfortable in your physical body so that you can connect more to your higher self here, so that your higher self feels like this is a safe space, that you've created this heaven on earth. So we have the throat, the heart, and the root chakra, grounding your truth here, what's in your heart, feeling comfortable with sharing your truth, the truth of your heart. Yeah, grounding your higher self here on the planet, and that's what's going to help bring in the most change, because that is the purpose for incarnating, is to connect, to bring heaven on earth, right? To remember the spiritual world and to ground it here onto the planet. So some of you have a big connection to the angelic realm for the pile of threes. Obviously, because you had 4 angels want to come through. So we have hope with authentic reclamation. It's time to call back all the lost parts of yourself. Beautiful. This is again about healing the past, letting go of all those experiences that you've been through. You've worked so hard. You have come to a place of completion now. And so it's time for you to rest so that you can reclaim all those parts of yourself. And it's gathering up your resources, gathering up your energy. That's why you're being asked to take this time out. We have Jeremiah, personal responsibility. Take responsibility for your choices. This is an opportunity for inner growth. Confirmation about owning choices that we have made in the past, and being confident and having the courage to say, yes, I did. I made those choices, and, honoring mistakes that we may have made, and knowing that it is what has brought us to this place in our life today. And to know that there really is no such thing as a mistake, that everything happens for a reason, okay? Oh, you have Sandalphon. Look at that. Building the bridge. Your goal is to create a connection between heaven, earth, and all hearts. Yay! Look at that beautiful circle, right? That beautiful connection. This is connecting all the parts of the past and bringing them to the present moment. Building the bridge of heaven on earth, the higher self, and anchoring the higher self here into the present moment. And you have Michael, Archangel Michael coming through. Spiritual acceleration. You are experiencing spiritual upgrades. Move forward. Nice. Okay, so I believe this is more confirmation about receiving more information, more downloads, more understanding. And when we go through those experiences, there can be a little bit of old emotions coming up to the surface to be healed, to be cleansed and purified. And Archangel Michael, he is the revealer of truth. He can cut through the cords of illusion, also sever the cords to the past, old relationships, old traumas, things like that, to help you feel more centered and connected to the present moment. So he's definitely somebody to work with. And these are the angels that wanted to come through to let you know that they are helping you through this path right now. So call on any of these angels to help guide you through whatever situation you are working on at the moment, okay? So let me get you one final message from this little angel deck here. And then we'll close your reading, pile number 3. One on top, we have breathe. Archangel Raphael. I love that he came through with Michael. We have Archangel Raphael says take several deep breaths and exhale slowly to awaken your energy and to release old patterns. So definitely doing some breath work is going to help you release the past so that you can be more fully connected to the present moment and feel more connected to your soul purpose, to your higher self, to the present where you have the most power and control to create. Okay, pile number 3, I'm going to go ahead and close your reading here. Thank you all so much for tuning in to the Healing Temple today. If this reading resonated with you, please like and subscribe. Comment below if you feel like sharing your story, or just let me know number 3 was your reading. I'm sending out lots of love. Y'all take care and have a blessed day.